You must be thinking this is a Mazda key or a Nissan key or somewhat, right? But you would have no idea what logo this is. Alright, I'm handed this car for review today. I still don't know how to pronounce it. GAC. Alright, it's a touch button unlock. Oh, nice, handy. There's a brochure there. Let's check it out. Okay, I'm in the interior of the GAC motor GS3, the game changer. Okay, let's look through. This is the GE spec, the high spec, so it will be 96,800 ringgit before insurance, and V-Cool is optional. Ice Cool, I have no idea what's that. Okay, and then you get 150,000 km of mileage warranty over 5 years. Now let's look at what do we have. Adventurous styling with GAC's. Okay, flying dynamic wing. Okay, it's a grille, floating roof design, blackout C-pillar, LED tail lamps. All right, 17-inch aluminium alloy, projector headlamp with follow me home function, basically stays on for a while, and power adjustable side mirrors. Efficient and refined performance. 1.5, oh, no turbo, 1.5 NA engine, 113 horsepower, 150 newton meters of torque, and it's an ICIN 6-speed, and torsion beam at the rear, McPherson at the front, and then you get ESP, ABS, EBD, hill hold control, hill descent, double blind spot detection, and 6 airbags. Pretty simple. What else do we get? 6-way adjustable driver seat, so I assume the passenger side is manual. Floating horizontal. Nah, this one is just finding something to fill up the page. Leatherette trim multifunction steering wheel. So basically steering wheel with that's called leatherette? No, that's called polyurethane, basically soft touch plastic. Okay, and 60/40 rear fold seats, and then whatever, sunroof. Oh, that's a tiny sunroof. I can't even stuff my body out of this. This is my first time seeing such a small sunroof. Alright, for a car that is not small. 6 speakers, and what else? Push start button. It's a simple car. Alright, there's no wheelbase because the full length of the car is just 4.3 meters. So I would say this is sort of equivalent to the X50 in terms of size. Okay. Yeah. What else do we see? Nothing much. It's a simple car. 96,000 ringgit isn't cheap for a car this size, but hey, they made it look like an SUV. So from exterior, from pictures, the car doesn't look small. From pictures, the car looks big, but it's smaller than it looks. It's about X50 size, okay? And the tires are called Batman. Yeah. Batman. Is that the model range? And the brand is Liao. Okay. Anyway, I'll go through the rest later. Let's drive. Ouch. Okay, I already spotted the first problem. You look at how the Speedo clusters screen, this glass, they made it concave. The reason people made it concave is to reduce reflection. But you look at the I'm no I'm not joking. This is from my eyes, and this is bad. I mean, I need to raise my viewing angle to pretty much, okay, I need to sit this high to not see the reflection. But if I sit normally, the reflection is there, right? I can only view it from a top-down angle to not see the reflection. This is no. How can someone screw this up? Look at that. Anyway, let's drive the car. Let's drive. Alright, I'm in the GAC GS3 GE spec. A lot of G. Okay, handbrake lever. I missed this. And oh, interesting. I cut the video in. What is your first intuition to shift the gear? Press this, right? And then it doesn't move. Then you look closer. You look closer. That's the Tiptronic button. Who came up with this? Ford. 10 years ago, and they got lambasted for that. And there's a little button here. So your daily interaction is this. Okay, go to D. And then when you're feeling exceptionally sporty, you do this or this. That is if you still have your left thumb. If you don't have your left thumb, okay, it's quite easy to press. Anyway, there are no pedal shifters, you know. I mean, of course, it's a 1.5 litre car with like 100-ish horsepower in what is a rather big car. I don't think they have the weight being listed there. Can't imagine the car being extremely lightweight. Anyway, I've said this again. Let's go drive. Okay? Okay. Oh. So the throttle response is the typical Japanese car. You know how Vios City, right? They would make the car feel extremely powerful because of the really sensitive throttle pedal. So it's hypersensitive. The moment you touch it a little bit, from standstill, especially from standstill, yeah, it's a little bit, to make it feel that it has more power than it actually has. Okay? Hello? Okay. Steering feels very light. Suspension, not bad. I just like flew over a speed bump intentionally. I'm gonna make a European car. The indicators on the left. So I usually would automatically use the indicator, use the stock on the left to do the indicators when I go into a car that suddenly feels like heavy doors, quiet, very substantial quality. Basically, in my subconscious mind, I felt I'm in a European car. Then I'll automatically use the left stop. Oh, very good suspension tuning over speed bumps so far. Okay, so just now when I got in this car, it feels like a Japanese car, it feels like a local car. Then I would use my right stop. Car feels very quiet. Tires are so far quiet. Engine engine noise is there, but it's suppressed. As in when you compare to like a 90,000 or 80,000, you know, Yaris City Vios, that segment. Okay, so there is a speed bump and a turn. Pretty alright. The car downshifts. Is there like a sports mode? Pulls the gears. Alright, shifts in nicely. Engine sounds not bad. Brake pedal feel is very good. It's not choppy, like it doesn't clamp down on you and jerks you. It's linear, and as you progress down the pedal, it grips harder and harder. So it's very intuitive and very easy to modulate, very easy to drive. It's like a no frills car, you know. It feels easy. Alright. There's a... Is this a tractor or a backhoe? What do you call this? It's a backhoe, right? Bum 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 bum. Solid build quality. You try and do this in a Mercedes or a new Beamer. Oh, literally no sound, bro. It's solidly built. Turning circle. Oh, very tight turning circle. Very nice. Easy to turn. Yeah, the engine screams a bit, but this type of engine screams. I like the suspension. I like the turning. I like the brake pedal feel. I like how lightweight the steering is. There's nothing to shout about this design. It doesn't offend anybody. It doesn't wow anybody. It's yeah, it's like that. And what are you up to, Wajah? Oh, on the phone. On the phone. Bad roads. Let me try. Pretty alright, but also because it's a new car. Oh, that sounds... I have to be fair. This kind of cabin that has this feel of solidity and soundproofing, we usually would expect more go instead of more sound, because usually when you're in this level of a car, it comes with some turbocharged engines. Alright, so there's a mismatch of expectations there. Pretty large glove box. Full length door bin almost. Stuff. I'll go through those later. Decent. Let me... Oh! Hey, I thought the specs say I get 6-way powered seats. I don't. Mine is manual seat. I thought I get power seat. Hey! Okay, I'm at the lower setting. My seat is at the lower setting. Is it telescopic? No! No! No telescope steering.
GOS and nucleotides.
Shut up. Thank you. Really hard plastics on the door card. What is this? Eco, manual, normal. Oh, eco, manual, normal. Manual mode! You don't even have pedals. Oh, you have the little button over here. The little button. Oh, Fiat Coupe. You know what? The Batman tires can totally outperform whatever power this car has. Right? Because yeah, it's some unknown tire, but hey, it's not a fast car. But the problem is the waiting list of the X50, right? Yes. You have to wait like what, a year to get your X50? This is familiar. Ooh. Hey, but I tell you what, this entire cabin feels higher quality than, let's say, whatever, Avanza, Arus, you know, that kind of segment. This feels much better. Or even the Yaris or Vios, or you know, the City, that level. This feels proper solid. The interior feels proper solid. It's extremely well built. Very, very well built. It's Korean levels of well built. Solid. And this touch point is soft. This is hard. This is higher quality hard. This is lower quality hard. Both are hard plastics. I think this is a car that when you bring it to the highway, if you try to maintain yourself in the fast lane, you're gonna get a very loud engine shrieking sound accompanying you throughout that journey, which won't finish that soon because this car isn't very fast. But I tell you what, as a daily roundabout, like you just have this car in your house for you to trash around. You just drive it here and there. You don't care how you park. You don't care if you just need to go up the curb here and then, you know, you come back down. I mean, for a car that you just use, I think this should be fine. But of course, that also subjects to the dealer networks that I press the Tiptronic button again to shift my gears. Reverse camera is not high res, but is almost equivalent to the resolution of the 1.3 million Lexus LS resolution, because somehow that car has that camera, which goes into the Camry, goes into the Yaris, and is the same resolution. Okay, double check. Yes, it is. And there are guiding lines when you are steering. Not bad. Okay. There are rear sensors. Do I have front ones? Nope. Is there a button? No. Okay. The way this car drives is just like how this segment, the 1.5 NA segment, drives generally. You know, they don't offend anybody. They steer really well. They have enough power to move around. Of course, one thing that a lot of people don't realize, do you often see on the highway, you see a Myvi was driving fast on the fast lane, but in front of the Myvi, let's say is a 2-liter NA Toyota Harrier, okay, and the Myvi wanted to drive faster, but the Harrier sort of refused to move in. But behind the Myvi is a BMW or a Maserati, and has been patiently waiting because both slow cars are blocking him, and the Harrier is just like, you know, the Myvi barely has more power to overtake, and the Harrier can squeeze that bit more, but because he looked at the rear view mirror and he's like, you're a Myvi, I step my throttle and you won't be able to overtake me. And this whole process takes a lot longer. Where if the Myvi is smart, he saw, oh, behind me there's a Maserati, move his ass out, let the Maserati come behind the Fortuner, and then he merged back, the Fortuner, the Harrier would have been long gone because the Maserati helped you move people out of the way. So what I mean is this, let's say you're driving this car on the highway. If you want to do that kind of overtaking, it will take you a lot of effort and time. And if you see a much faster car coming from behind, use him to help you overtake the car in front, because you don't have the power to do so. Okay, let's look at the cabin, look at the exterior. Alright? Okay, I'm not going to repeat this part, you know, the reflection part. No telescopic steering. This button is not for shifting, it's just a little toggle for the gear changes, which is, I think, a bad design that came from Ford in the Fiesta and the Focus and all that. Alright, you still get a manual handbrake. This is a simple car, front wheel drive, 1.5 litre N8 engine, and that's about it. This is, what else? You see, the X50 has a very thick armrest lid, but inside, oh no, the X70, inside is a air ionizer, right? That's pretty cool. Okay, you get cup holders, you get some slots to put your cards, probably a little gap here to put some shillings, rubberized mat. There's a USB port in there, USB-A, a 12-volt socket, rubberized mat. This one has some design there, but the buttons are just a bit forced, but very easy to understand, you know. And here you have the infotainment screen, and then with some shortcut buttons. Nothing much here, you know. It shows the reverse camera and whatnot. Yep, sorry. Yeah, I saw him walking by, and he waved from the window, and I was like, He said, "Hi, Bobby." Oh, yeah, my fan. Yeah. Anyway, let's continue. Glove box. I don't expect this segment. Oh, I was about to say that I don't expect this segment to have felt in the glove box or carpet or any kind, but I also don't expect it to drop that slowly like that of a Lexus. Okay. Alright, are there compartments here? Yes, there's a little compartment here. Very clever molding design. They mold this for your finger, while on the inside, this serves as the catch. How clever is that? Cheap it may be, it's clever. Okay, the side mirror adjustments are here. Headlight adjustment, you know, traction control off. And what else do we have here? Some plastic handles, door locks, but it's coated in satin chrome, so it feels a little bit cold, so it's alright, like this, you know. This is hard plastic, like really hard. Hurts my knuckle, doesn't hurt my knuckle. Alright, some fake leather but with stitching, soft touch, very nice, very plush. Very nice, very plush. You know, the car feels solid, to be honest. But China cars are like that. X50, X70 is solid as well. This is, I don't know. It's a nice design if you look at it. It's supposed to serve some purpose, but this one does. Can I store things here? Not really. Weird. But it's nice. Okay. The molding lines. See that? Yeah, it's in there. Almost full length. Can put a large bottle here. Pretty alright. Almost look like a premium speaker. GAC. Alright. This I would kind of hope is made of soft touch plastic, because it's right where my knee cap is. You know, my knee is. So hurts a little bit, but it's alright because there's a molding line here. Okay. Yeah. What else? Review mirror, sunglass holder. There's a very tiny one. Oh, with some rather elaborate soft touch, like foam pads in there. Lights look alright. I mean, the fact that you get a sunroof for this segment. Can you like you tell people, oh, guess my car 1.5 NA with a sunroof. Quality is alright. Very nice. Pretty alright. The seats are okay. The leather, I mean, these are not real leather but perforated. Okay, cloth over here. Cloth over here has some benefits, you know, you don't have that squeaking sound when you're moving your seats. Alright, this one adjusts pretty alright. Let's go to the rear seats. Okay, that's my driving position up front. I am 5'11". Just about alright to fit my size 11.5 feet. As you can see, from the base of the rear seats to the start of the front rails, I can sort of slot my feet in, so normal people will be able to, because my feet is 11.5, okay? And I also can slot my feet under the front seat. This is at its lowest setting, okay? You get a nice pocket over here. The leather stitch quality finishing is much better than what I saw in the Camry the other day. The Camry's stitching is a complete mess. It is a mess. If you look at this one, the stitching, the finishing is of a much higher grade. Notice that? Proper stitching, proper, and looks tidy compared to the Camry's. Oh my god, all jumbled up. Alright, so from the rear seat, my perspective is higher than the front seats. Okay, so higher vantage point, you get to see more out of the car. Very nice height. You get a little window over here, so there's no sense of claustrophobic over here. And in terms of the seating angle, pretty normal. It's not too straight. It's not, of course, it would be nice if we can adjust the seat back, which I don't think so. That's what I assume. No, yes, you cannot. No, I can't like, you know. In terms of seat support, there's not much of a contour over here, as in, it's a good and bad. You see, when you design the rear bench, right, if you have this part like really sunk in, you get a very nice seating for the rear passenger, in the sense that he is grabbed by this part and this part. But that would also render the middle part becoming a bulge. This one has a flat design. Why? Because for this segment, it would mostly be young family owners, right? Parents who are in their 30s with young children at the back. So children, they prefer flat bench. Okay, nothing special, just two armrests. Just an armrest with two cup holders. Okay. Okay, with this lifted, it's comfortable. Let me try when it's not lifted. Okay, this has a bit of that French Italian design thingy, where in order to have whiplash protection, they designed the headrest to annoy you to want to push it up. That's when you get your whiplash protection. Okay, so China cars are a mixture, you know. The soundproofing, the solidity of the car feels one segment or two segment higher, but certain parts finish in, you know, like hard plastics, but it's not as low rent as the most low rent that Japanese car makers would be willing to use in their cars. You know, they are pretty epic when it comes to not giving a rat's care when they want to save money. There's a USB port down here. Nothing much. Let's look at the boot. Oh, here. Oh. Pretty big. And you get a tonneau cover. Do I get a tonneau cover storage? Is that a cutout here? No. Is there a cutout here? No. Means they didn't think of you storing the tonneau cover. Okay. So the tonneau cover, when you remove it, you just have to leave it someplace, or you can place it here. It's definitely long enough for it. Right, it's not an exceptionally large boot, but The opening is tall enough, deep enough, and the depth is there. So that's a very strong strut. So yeah, that's how it looks from the outside. It's called the GS3. Looks like an SUV, looks like an X50 in fact. Has some styling features, roof rails, some unnecessary bits there, a few more unnecessary bits, but styling anyway. Yeah, this looks, it doesn't look like the kind of China cars that are rolling out in 2022. It feels like those from 2014, 13, you know. But for China, that is considered like 2 or 3 generations back. Alright, so because they have advanced. Yeah. Alright, so is this car worth buying? I don't know, man. Of course, I would pick the X50 over this, but there's no stock for the X50. That's the real thing. But then you get a lot of support for. No, I mean, of course, they are overwhelmed now because of the crazy sales, but you cannot deny the fact that any other brand doing this kind of volume, they would have a lot to take care of, you know, let alone a brand that I don't even know where the dealership is. Okay, so but but Malaysians dare to try new brands, to be honest. So it doesn't compel me to. There's no singular standout feature from this car that makes me go like, wow, you know, let's get this car, you know. It's not that it looks exceptionally exciting, you know, it looks bland, normal. I mean, normal, good looking, that doesn't offend anybody. It looks like a mixture, you know, it looks like a mixture between a Volkswagen Tiguan and an X50, you know, the kind of, yeah, but it's comfortable enough, it's easy to drive, easy to steer, it's 1.5 NA. It's the kind of car for people who don't care about cars. And they just buy, they have a tall ride height, they get immediate stock, they don't need to wait. They need the car now, they don't care if they, you know, scratch a bumper or whatnot. They won't go PPF, they just won't do things to the car. They just want to drive the car and refuel it, you know, and just get it ongoing, you know. China cars has been proven to be pretty durable, pretty durable, you know, considering how much mileage they do over there. Yeah. Would I buy it? I would. But you can check it out. It's pretty decent to drive, to be honest. It's very comfortable. Soundproofing is good. But so does the X50. But the X50 doesn't have stock. That's the problem. Okay, so this is the GAC GS3 GE spec. Cheers. Yep, let's go back. Let's full throttle. So this is the kind of car that you can enjoy full throttle driving from first gear to third gear in your taman without doing anything dangerous. No. Okay. Fair. Thank you. There's a slalom here. Some electric power steering, right, they can't keep up providing that kind of power when you do really quick steering actions. This is one of it. Yeah. So it feels light, but when you speed up with your steering input, the motor or the electric motor can't really keep up in providing the kind of assistance. So you will feel the steering got heavier as you try to steer it faster, slightly. I've tried some that are worst, so this is still considered acceptable in a way. Yeah, this is still considered acceptable. There are far worse ones. Alright, cheers.